wonder if anything new has come back in stock for the online only stuff. Yes, I can get that ordered. But why? Why, when I run such a heavy Blade Guard army, are these two never seen to be in stock? I've been on the notify list for a little while now, and I'm getting to be impatient. Wait a second. Isn't there a box they're a part of? Yeah. Aren't they a part of this? Okay, yeah, I'm not trying to read stuff. Show me pictures. Oh, here's the other picture. There they are. There's everything I want. Finally, I will have what I've been waiting for 2 months now. Yes, I got the box. After 2 weeks of waiting, it finally showed up, and I am ecstatic and cannot wait to get it open. We are going to find out if it is still financially worth it. All of the price points I will be comparing to are on GW's websites, just because, that would be the easiest way to do it. That, and I know they have everything other than going through like resellers. You could probably get some used as well, but GW is just going to be the easiest way to get to. Go through it. I waited, I think, like 2 weeks for this box. I was super excited for it. I'm still super excited for it. I just finished a game with one of my buddies, and man, Blade Guard veterans slap hard. And he does know that I got the box because the assault intercessors in this box will go to him because I already have 10 and I really don't need more than 10. But I didn't tell him about the adjudicator, the ancient, and he knows about both the shield characters. So he's going to really love fighting all those. So we're going to figure out for price comparison if it is still worth it to buy the box, if it's cheaper to just wait till everything eventually comes into stock. GW. Here is our first set of sprues. It is the Outrider Squad. I will be using these just because, I have the sprues, I'm going to use them. We will set those aside for now, along with all the other sprues. This is the Lieutenant with Shield and the Royal Warden. I have the sprue flipped backwards, and I didn't realize it when I edited everything, so I'm just giving you the heads up now. Here is the first set of Assault Intercessors. This is, I believe, 5 of the Intercessors out of the total 10 that come with the box. So this is some Necron thing. It's on the screen. And my favorite model out of this whole box, the Captain with Relic Shield. It's probably the first thing I'll build. Maybe the Adjudicator might be there too, but if it's not the first, it's going to be the second, because I'm really excited for that Adjudicator. And these are just Necron sprues. Again, I've Googled them up on screen. I don't know how to pronounce some of that stuff. This is just the same Assault Intercessor batch, just a batch 10. Those go to my buddy. And here is the one thing that they did have in stock. It was the Space Marine Honored of the Chapter. To me, it doesn't sound right saying. It sounds like there's some grammar issue. But I don't write GW's website. So this was $168 on GW's website. So that was kind of the reason why I got the box. This is more stuff for Necrons. I believe one of those things you couldn't get like single-handedly, just 2 sets of Necron sprues. And after this sprue, we shall come with a grand total it is $676. So yes, it's really worth it. And yes, my voice did get better after feeding cattle because I'm recording this now. Now, this comes with obviously a guide on how to put all this stuff together. And there we go. I guess I was putting that sprue away. Just a random sprue. It's off a Blade Guard veteran arm. So, I didn't know what that book was underneath, and we'll get to that here shortly. Especially since it's going to take me a minute to open this little thing of instructions and I think data sheets, but this is a 9th edition box, so all of these data sheets are different for the most part now. I just wanted to look through all the sprues, make sure everything was there. I did see that some people had gotten the box and were missing some sprues and stuff, and that did kind of concern me. And so I just was making sure everything was there, kind of going through it, looking to see if there were static posed, which is they are, sadly enough. I was hoping that I could get a little creative, but, you know, they're character models. GW kind of just says you get one way to do it. So that's the chaplain. Chaplain adjudicators on that page. All the Blade Guard vets, which is I like the Blade Guard vets, like Sergeant, to not hold his pistol, because then you can choose whatever pistol you want for the Sergeant without having to be like, well, it's not actually a Neovolkite pistol, it's just a regular heavy bolter, but I wanted to use this instead. And obviously there's the Blade Guard Ancient, which is going to be another thing that I'm super excited to paint. I'll probably paint that before the rest of the Blade Guards. All of the painting for all of these models, except for those Assault Intercessors, will be done on camera. I'm going to film it all. I'm going to tell you how long it took. Now, I already had done 10 Assault Intercessors, so it will be added to the time of the 10 Assault Intercessors that I have done, because I think it took me about like 12 hours in total. I mean, it was probably a little more than an hour a piece for painting, but I rush paint. I can rush paint pretty quickly. I painted 2 Terminators today, and that video went up on my channel. So this is all of the data cards for this. Also, it came with like extra random stuff that I kind of wasn't quite sure about. I was obviously super excited to open this box because I finally got almost all the minis I've wanted for my list, especially when that Lieutenant and Captain have been a giant pain to try to find, let alone that Blade Guard Ancient. I've seen a couple resellers on it, but I didn't bite on that. Now, this is the extra thick book. Man, this thing is chunky. Now, I thought this was just like a core rule book, and I after I realized that it kind of is, I also thought it would have the I thought it was also like the codex for like both like groups. So it was just like, bam, you got a codex, you bought the box, you get the codex included. And I go through this thing, and man, there is just so much stuff in this. And I'll probably sit through and look through it more, read it some. It goes into the Dark Age, the Adeptus Sororitas, all the Space Marine chapters that they show there. I believe that the Adeptus Sororitas were new in 9th edition. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% on that, but at least they got new models or something. And then goes into the Chaos stuff, which is, I didn't expect this from like a core book. This is like given backstories, and I don't know if I stop, but since you could probably guess that I run a very heavy melee specific list for Space Marines, you can probably guess who my favorite faction is for Chaos Space Marines. That's right. It is Khorne. And then For Xenos, I do have a bunch of Tyranids that I still have to paint. I know I'm trying to get that pile of shame knocked down. That's why I'm getting as many Space Marines painted before I order new ones, which is, I didn't do that. But, oh well, I got the box anyways. I do have some Tyranid, I have some Tau stuff that need to be painted. They've been primed. I broke my airbrush recently, so until I can get a new one, which will probably be in a little bit, I will have to wait to paint any of the new stuff. But I'll probably put all the stuff together. I usually keep arms and heads off of bodies, just that way that makes it easier to paint. With anything with a shield, the shield will be separate from the arms, just because it makes it so much easier to paint. And I mean, I will sit and intricately go into detail on shields. Now, I think I'm still gonna need, after this, because I did my math wrong last time, because I run 3 full squads of Blade Guard vets. And this is actually super nice in this little booklet thing. Sorry to get off topic, because me and my buddy plan on doing a crusade once we have the game figured out. Hopefully that will come sooner than later, because I want to play more Warhammer. I've lost twice now to him, and I want to get him back when I get this adjudicator and all these things put together. And he's not going to be ready for it. He relies pretty heavy ranged. I will say I have a little bit of beef about these transfer sheets. These Ultramarine, specifically Ultramarine transfer sheets, so much better. Why? Why have they changed it? It is worse. It is significantly worse. There's so much more style to these. So, in the conclusion, financial, like monetarily wise, it is worth buying the box. I want to take this small time while I look at the bases and put a couple other things back to say thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. And thank you if you've subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do. There'll be more to come in the future.